The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way that we can attain pure devotional service. I bow down to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of his suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection of his lotus lives. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him I expect to have my enemies. By him ignorance is
रामचंद्र संग मागे नरोत्तम दास। रामचंद्र संग मागे नरोत्तम दास। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
What time we have done up to 8:30? Okay. Sorry, I was thinking it is still the original time, it's 7:50. It seems the timing has changed. So we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. We will start from Madhya Lila, chapter 22, text 20 to 25.
Anapara yashishana manasyono mantravidda sumangala chemana vidanti vina yataparnam tasme shubhadra sravase namo namaha. Okay. And now 22 to 25. And 25 we can recite. Okay. Text 22. Shreya Shruti Bhakti Shuddhasa Te Vibho Iklishanti Se Kevala Bodha Lankaye Te Samadho Kleshas E Shishate Nanada Satha Sthulatu Nanada Yatha Sthulatu Yabhiti Namaha. Do we all recite also, or we just
no,
do? Only the 25, which is on the board.
Okay.
We recite together. Devi hoya tupasmani mammaya duratya mameva ye prapadante masaya metam tarinta. Sorry, I mean the translation you can read. Okay. Of the verses so we understand. Translation. The divine energy of mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome, but those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Text 24. Krishna nitya daso jiva taha bhuli gelo ei doshe maya taro galay bandhilo. The living entity is bound around the neck by the chain of Maya because he has forgotten that he is eternally a servant of Krishna. Tate Krishna bhaje kare gurur sevana Maya jala chute pai Krishner charana. Translation. I think we need to repeat this, right? Tate Krishna bhaje kare gurur sevana Maya jalo chute payo Krishner charana. You want to?
Bhakti Krishna bhaje kare pura sevana Maya jala chute paya Krishna arjana.
Tate, therefore, Krishna bhaje, if one worships Lord Krishna, kare, performs, Guru Sevana, service to the spiritual master, Maya Jal Chute, gets free from binding net of Maya.
It's free from the binding net of Maya.
Paya gets Krishnera Charana, shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna.
Shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna.
Translation: if the conditioned soul engages in the service of the Lord and simultaneously carries out the orders of his spiritual master and serves him, he can get out of the clutches of Maya and become eligible for shelter at Krishna's lotus feet. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. It is a fact that every living entity is eternally a servant of Krishna. This is forgotten due to the influence of Maya, which induces one to believe in material happiness. Being illusioned by Maya, one thinks that material happiness is the only desirable object. This material consciousness is like a chain around the neck of the conditioned soul. As long as he is bound to that conception, he cannot get out of the Maya's clutches. However, if by Krishna's mercy he gets in touch with a bona fide spiritual master, abides by his orders and serves him, engaging other conditioned soul in the Lord's service, he then attains liberation and Lord Krishna's shelter. So, this is Chaitanya Charitamrita, and these are the verses which are quite important, especially that this forms the basic fundamental of whole Krishna conscious movement. If you look at Chaitanya Charitamrita itself, it's a very fundamental, and this is one of the scripture which was basically written first in terms of the movement is concerned, and the conversation, the teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's conversation with his associates is the basic fundamental of Krishna consciousness. And when Prabhupada was once speaking on these verses, he very much emphasized that what the people should be understanding in terms of what is the supreme soul, who is the controller, and quite often it is thought that, or the Mayavadis, what they propagate that, okay, if you get knowledge, okay, you basically become one of the God, or you basically go and merge into that material, that jyoti, right? And he has been, if all his preaching during his preaching movement, Prabhupada always emphasized on these points, that what is the real Jnani? Okay, it's not that you have read all this Vedanta Sutra, Vedanta and all, and you become Jnani, it means you have become equal to Lord. That's the Mayavadi conception. And every time Prabhupada, especially when he was preaching in West, okay, he was very much emphasizing in most of his lectures, okay, that we should very carefully understand that you may be knowledgeable, okay, but you cannot become God. We are part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Alternate theory, which has been propagated by many other bhakti margas, is basically that ultimately you become God and become one with the God. And that's the fallacy which Prabhupada was always trying to disband. Yeah, and during this process, what Prabhupada tells that you can become anything, right? But if the Krishna is not part of that your particular process, okay, you are nothing. Without Krishna, even when we talk about this four varnashram dharma, right? Four varna and dharma, this Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Each one has been given its own task. So if Brahmana, he is performing his reading of Vedas and all this puja, archana. But if the element of Krishna is missing out of that, it's all useless. Similarly, if there is a Kshatriya, if he is performing his task, yeah, and if Krishna is missing into that, okay, all his activities are useless. Similarly goes for the Shudra, for the Vaishya and Shudra. And the earlier, in the earlier slokas, okay, or even is this number 24, Krishna Nityodas Jive Tahar Bhuli Gelo, Ei Doshe Maya Tar Golai Bandhilo. The living entity is bound around the neck by the chain of Maya because he has forgotten that he is eternally a servant of Krishna. That we are eternally, all those, we are a conditioned soul, right? We are conditioned because of our surroundings. Okay, when we are originally born, okay, we were not conditioned soul. Okay, we came to this world, okay, because of some activity which we do. That's why we had to take our birth onto this planet. But eternally we are Satchidanand Vigraha. But because of this material conditions which we come across, that's bind us into this Maya Jal. And that's what this text 24 says. The living entity is bound around the neck by the chain of Maya. And what affects us? Everything which we associate, everything which we come in touch with, does affect us. Irrespective of whatever is our status into the society or whatever our status into the life, okay? We cannot say, or sometimes we say that I am kind of insulated from all this, right? But if you look minutely into our day-to-day life, for example, somebody who goes into kitchen for cooking, right? He is influenced by the surroundings, right? And that's why in our movement, it's always said that what you are doing, any of the work, the consciousness matters a lot. Because that is, our consciousness is impacted by our surroundings. What we can just take a simple example. Anybody does the cooking, right? I'm taking a simple example because most of us do some type of cooking or other, because without cooking we cannot eat, which is the basic for the living entities. So anything which we do is basically influencing the ultimate goal. And if we are cooking with a different consciousness, the output of that particular cooking will be different. The consciousness matters. So that's why in whole Krishna conscious movement, it is very important to basically the association, because whatever we associate with, okay, impacts our ultimate goal or our life. Even if you may be coming from a very bad background, but after coming to Krishna consciousness, okay, we basically get purified. It's not we are getting purified just because we are only putting our effort. We are getting purified because we are coming in touch with some pure topics. What is pure? The pure is Shastra, the sadhu. So if you are in touch with a sadhu, okay, you basically kind of become a sadhu. Sadhu does not mean that you have long beard, you have some clothes, okay, some typical hairstyle. That's not sadhu. Sadhu means the consciousness, okay, of a sadhu. If you are coming in touch with devotees, you know, there is a saying that birds of same feather flocks together, right? That is kind of association. So it's, I mean, this 24 do not have much purport, but this is very, very important topic. So what I said, that if you are coming from a different, you means including all of us, if we are coming from a different background, okay, and when we start associating with the people, we become one of them. For example, if you sit among devotees, what do we talk? We talk about Krishna, we talk about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we talk about their activities. So that has an impact on our consciousness. If you are sitting with, now some football World Cup is going on, if you are sitting with some football players, what do you talk? How many goals, how many, who played forward, who played, I don't know, there are a lot of topics. So you basically focus on that and you become part of that. If you go to bank, okay, what we talk? How much is the interest rate? How much is the, if I take 1 million interest, how much it will be my monthly mortgage? Okay. So you become one of that, even though you are not that, but for that period of time, you become one of them. So anything which we associate with, okay, if you get associated with somebody who is a druggist, okay, what will take? Okay, which country has marijuana available? Or country A, country B, then you plan, I want this, so you basically try to buy a ticket. Yesterday, one of the Thailand, they are legalizing, they have legalized marijuana, so they grow now. And now, earlier it was banned, now on the billboards there is a advertisement that you can get here. These are the good thing about marijuana. So those things, few years back, which was considered to be untouchable, okay, now we are advised to, consume it. That's the association means. Because that association has prevailed on your consciousness. So when we come to this world, before coming to this world, we were in association with God because He was taking care of us in our mother's womb or prior to that in some form of other. But the moment we came to this world, okay, we get associated with the surroundings, with this condition, okay. And as we get associated with condition, we become part of this. There are many examples, live examples, okay, where people who have been in Krishna, they are born and brought up in Krishna consciousness. But with the association, okay, their thought process changes. The person who may be talking or chanting 16 rounds till some time back, and after coming into association, he may be criticizing Krishna or criticizing the whole Krishna conscious movement. It's not because that person is wrong. It is because the association was wrong. You started association with the person, okay, and you started liking that person, okay, then you started imbibing everything which he was talking, or he or she was thinking. That starts going into your system, and you become one of them. Jai Jagannath ki jai. So this text 24, the Krishna Nitya Das jive taha bhuli gelo, ei doshe maya tar golay badhilo. This is very, very important. So we need to be very careful that whom we are choosing as our associate. An associate could be a friend, could be wife, could be husband, it could be anything, or could be a colleague, Okay. Sometimes it says that, okay, you give your association, you don't take the association. That's the fundamental principle, right? When we go for preaching, we say, okay, we preach every kind of people, okay? We give our association, we don't take association, because if we take the association, the chances of fall down high. It's very easy to say, but it's very difficult to implement. Because we don't know at what point of time we have slipped into that particular thought, because it affects us. If we are going in a rain, we cannot say that, okay, the rain is falling, but I'm not taking the rain. You will be soaked by the rain. There is no way, if there is a rain outside, and if you think that, yeah, it's fine, I'm protected by Lord, I will not. Everybody will be soaked by rain, but not me, because I have this special power. Similarly, in Krishna consciousness also, whatever Shastra we have read, whatever we may be at a very high level, okay, but when we come in touch with bad elements, okay, and the bad elements, when we talk into public, right, when we say, oh, this is bad, this is good, obviously the question of, what do you mean by this is bad, this is good? Okay, once I was telling somebody long time back that what we do, I mean, I was also trying to preach the person, and I was telling that, you know, there is the whole world is sleeping, eating, meeting, and defending. Okay, that's what the whole world is doing. Okay, that's even the animals are doing. So what is the difference between animal and human? Okay, so then he said, oh, we also entertain. Okay, we also do entertainment. The animals don't do entertainment. So he has a view, correct? But now telling that person that animals also have entertainment. Okay, so slowly we start withdrawing, because it starts giving you thinking that that person may be right. So it's very important that whom do we associate. That doesn't mean that we don't associate with anybody outside. We should associate, but there should be a crossing line. We should always draw a line in anything which we do. For example, in temple there are some red lines, right? For example, if you go to kitchen, right, you have to be in particular attire. That's the line. Okay, don't cross the line. Okay, if you're crossing, for example, in kitchen, people start going in any kind of dress without taking bath. Okay, after that it normalizes. It becomes normal. Okay, and once the things started becomes normal, okay, there is a danger. We should never try to normalize anything, okay, which is not as per sadhu and shastra. We may do it sometime, okay, because of ignorance or because of what we call, because of necessity. Yeah. But we should acknowledge that whatever I have done was not correct. And next time I should not be doing it. But telling that, oh, it's okay, once in a while it's okay. No, once in a while also it's not okay. You might have done once in a while because of your conditioning or because of the situation which you were put into. For example, suppose we are a devotee, right? And we are all good people. We are teach that we should not be doing any violence, right? That's what Krishna consciousness teaches us, right? That we should not even killing an ant also. But suppose there is a situation that you are going for preaching on a very isolated road, okay, and somebody kidnaps you, right? Somebody kidnaps you and you have a danger to your life. Now this is a question, right? What you do? You are alone, men or woman, doesn't matter. You are alone, somebody has kidnapped you, okay, and your life is in danger. What should we do as per Krishna consciousness? Any idea? Any other ideas? So pray to Krishna, so that's the Brahmanical thinking. Kill the kidnapper, that the Kshatriya means revenge, right? That's a Kshatriya thinking. Any? Make a deal with the kidnapper, that's the Vaishya thinking.
You can think about how to sue that person when, you bring him to the court and then you get some...
No, but he has kidnapped you. He has kidnapped you in an isolated place. The fourth is the Shudra thinking, submit to the kidnapper. You have all the four options. And all are valid, right? You are following Varnashram Dharma. You are following your Varnashram Dharma. Anything which you do, but even if you kill the person, you can fully justify that one. But you have to do something. You cannot remain that I will... Either you submit to the person, right? Fine, you have kidnapped me, I will serve you for the whole lifetime. But the point is that you don't become the kidnapper. So therefore, you are always thinking about that how do I come out of this situation? Or how do I make the situation better? But you are never thinking that when I come out, I go and kidnap that person. That's not a Vaishnava thinking. And if you do that, then you are a conditioned soul. Because then you have taken that person's, you have become a subjugate to that particular condition. And that's what this says, that ei dekh doshe maya tar golai bandhilo. So this maya is hanging around our neck like the dog has his necklace around. So he's always with that. Okay. In case of dogs, now here they have colors also so that you can see. But the way Maya entraps us, we can't even see. We don't know when Maya has trapped us, okay, and when it has taken us in its flow. We have to be very careful of when people say something. There was a very small story that there was a bird, okay, so the bird wanted to eat the fish, okay, but all the fish were under the water, okay. So the bird thought that how do I catch the fish, right? They are all swimming under the water. Now so the bird made a plan and she told the fish that look, there is a fisherman coming and he will put his trap, he will put the net and catch all of the fishes. Okay. And once you all are caught, okay, you die. Now all the fishes started thinking, oh my God, okay, it's the end of the road for us. Okay, so then what happened that the bird told them that but I can help you. Okay, how? So what I can do, that I have another place, okay, where I can pick each one of you, okay, and I can put you there. So that way, you move out from this particular pond, you go to another pond, you all will be saved. Right? And the fishes say, oh, this is nice, this is nice. So what they say, come as much as you can every day, whatever I can, I will do. So the fishes will come, the sweet talk. Okay, the fishes will come, the bird will pick up as much as they can, as much as she can, and she take them and eat it full. Okay, that's how the Maya is. So it entraps us with the sweet talks. It first creates the environment. Okay, that look, I'm good. Okay, I am the only one who can save you. Okay, wherever you are, it's fine, but that place is getting bit danger, you know. Okay, it's not safe anymore. So try to move out of that, and I will give you the protection. But it's not protection. It's basically, the Maya is basically entrapping you to save his or her, okay, lust or desire. So it's very important that, okay, whenever we are swimming, okay, we should swim under the water. The swimmings in a shallow water is always danger. So in the Krishna consciousness, when we are in Krishna consciousness, okay, we need to swim, go deep into bhakti. If we are on the surface, neither here, neither there, it's very dangerous, because any time the Maya in the form of the bird can come and pick us up. If we are swimming on the shallow water, because the Maya can see you. Okay, it can see a potential prey, okay, which is easy to trap. Or if we are not swimming deep around, it's always chances that you go out on a slightest, provocation or slightest intimidation, you say, or slightest, if you think that, oh, outside is better. And what helps us is that basically Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. And the most important is the association. Always associate with devotee, never leave with devotee, even if you think that, oh, that devotee is, I saw him doing this. Whenever he talks, he's a bit arrogant. We may sometimes feel about devotees. But that's okay. Still remain, okay, sometimes the devotee is a bit selfish. Still that selfishness is better than what waits you outside this, this association. It's really, really dangerous. So, and this text 24 is really, really important, okay, to understand this point of view. So thank you very much for listening to me, and if you have any question or if you have anything to say, please feel free. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you for your explanation, for your class. Almost all of us have to go into the association of materialists. What is the best way to protect us? What is the best armor? What is the best shelter so that we don't become influenced?
Thank you, Prabhuji. It's a very good question, and it applies much to me, okay,
to everybody.
And everybody else. So I will give you my example, so that, because that is the best example I can give. So for past 25 years, 27 years, I'm working, okay, outside. Yeah, every day I have to go to office. Sometime I had to stay 14 hours in the office, okay, with people, and it's a bank. I gave the example that when you are in bank, what you talk. And earlier I was always inside. Whenever I used to come home, I used to bring work also to home. But over the weekend, I never used to go to office. Over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I was always with devotees. So during those periods, I'm talking about before coming to Switzerland, okay, I was working quite a lot. But my wife she is very much in devotional service. So at home there is a very good environment. So whenever you come home, you were looking at Krishna, nothing but Krishna. And during Saturday, Sunday, I was full with devotees. Morning seva, afternoon seva, evening seva, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. So that's how I basically try to, because there is no way I can survive without the money which the job was giving me. Okay. So I had to do the job. But at the same time, okay, there was no way that I can survive without meeting the devotees over the weekend. So those 2 days was kind of battery recharge for me. Okay. And I was able to survive. But somehow we felt that it's not good enough. So when I moved here also, when I moved here, it is more on the bank. It's more to deal with money. And it's something to do with which is changing every second. You can see the graphs when you go to internet, okay? You know, the foreign exchange, the money changes, US dollar is changing. So I'm that kind of business, okay? It means every second something is changing and I have to think about that. So what to do? Okay. It's a question, right? What I do. So what we did that as long I'm in office, I think about that. The moment I leave, okay, I'm not thinking. I'm not thinking that what is happening in office, whether my company has gone bankrupt or the people have died there. I am not in touch with anybody in office after my office hours. Before going to office, I'm not even, nobody in my office knows my phone number or my personal email address. Anything happens in the office, I mean, the HR knows if somebody dies, you know, then they call, if I die in office, they can call my wife. But that's the only line which there. But my colleagues, in my personal phone, my colleagues are not my friend. None of the colleagues in office, all of them are my friend. When I come to office and I don't know anybody. So that's how I managed, okay. But the most important thing of this was, so these are the, how do we, you know, do it, okay, the physical aspect. But the most important thing is the association of devotees. If we remain in touch with devotees, okay, I can guarantee you, you will never go out of this consciousness. Whatever happens, okay, because you have problem, you call devotees that, look, this has happened in my life, okay. You need some suggestion, you need some help. Suppose you want to buy a $1 million house. You talk to devotee, Ki Prabhu, I'm buying this house. Is it good? You went to see the house, you liked it, you took some devotee. What I'm telling that, you remain in the touch of the devotees. Sometimes it may, from the outside world, it may sound very superficial. Okay, but okay, he is also man, he is also man. What a devotee can tell about whether you should buy a house or not, what he knows. What Damodar Prasad will know, sitting in a temple, how do we know that he knows that you should be buying a house or not? You are outside, why do you need to consult him? That's a foolish thinking. Anything you do in life, okay, talk to a devotee. It may be a material thing, but the value added can only come from a devotee because he thinks from a Shastra point of view. Even if the devotee is bad, I am repeating it again, in my consciousness I can think that this Mataji or this Prabhu is not so good, they are not doing so bhakti. Still they are far better than the person on the road. We may think that the person on the road, he is giving charity, he is talking very nice, okay, but the devotee inside is much better, and this is my personal experience. Because what you are thinking, that person is giving charity, doing some helping people on the road, oh, he is very good, but that's the Maya's catch. That's how they entrap you. That's a chadma bhesi. Means it's a basically a curtain. Behind the curtain there is a something which you don't want to be. But if you get associated with this, you slowly start liking this. Okay? And then this part becomes bad. Yeah? So I don't know whether I answered your question, but that's how, I mean, as I said, I sometimes tell that the only good thing I did in my life, I have not done much bhakti, okay? But the only good thing which at least I did in my life, I never left the association of devotee, irrespective of personal problems, irrespective of somebody I didn't like, but I said this is far better than any other place in the world. And that's my personal experience. Yeah. So I hope it gives you some view.
United we stand, divided we fall.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Taja Prabhu, anything? No, thank you very much. So with that we close this today's seva, and thank you very much for coming. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thinking about this quality, what is the difference people, outside people notice, and then I realized that there's one quality these people, outside people, they don't have, they are not surrendered to Krishna. They must be so nice persons, so poetic, so charitable, so nice, and but this one quality they don't have, they are not surrendered to Krishna. There is a small difference. You say, oh, so many qualities he had, but not surrendered to Krishna.
It's not associated with Krishna. In the beginning of the lecture I said that anything that we do, whether Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya, Shudra, if Krishna is not there, it's all useless.
Yes, but you see, you could think, well, they're much better, they're so nice, from that you can start to think like this, but this quality is, that's why Gaurarupa says, Vanchakalpa, devotees of desire trees, they may look like desire trees, but they are not constricted. But of course you can say it's their misfortune, that they have not this knowledge, and we can help them to come to this level, to surrender. It's our duty to give them the knowledge.
Thank you. You should have said Mataji.
I didn't dare because I was late.
No. It's always good to hear from senior Vaishnava.
I'd just like to share that with you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Nice seeing you.
Are
No,
you
she's
still
not here.
talking on Saturday?